I found this on one of my hard drives. It's from the vault. It actually got taken down, but I think it might survive now. They've moved on. And I remember like thinking of all these analogies and comparisons, and I came up with this one. It's basically what they did with COVID was take just normal everyday occurrences like, sneezing and coughing and conflated it just through nothing more than misreporting and media bullshit. And someone had mentioned in a comment, can you re-upload this one? Some people enjoyed it. All right, let's go.
This whole scam, I was thinking about it. Could you imagine, say for safety, they suddenly became concerned with tyre pressures, a reporter staring down the camera, and tyre pressures has become a real problem, and the government has got all this law now, and we're really going to focus on it. And every single newspaper, front page, tyre pressure crisis. And they made you. And what they did was, they had their own, say, corporate-owned mechanic. And they said, you've got to take your car and get your tyre pressure checked, and you've got to go to these particular, roadside testing places, much like the COVID testing places. And these corporations that are running these testing points, they get paid $1,000. We're going to put you into debt, and we're going to borrow $1,000 against you and give it to them for every tyre pressure check. So they're transferring your wealth for something that you don't need. Because, tyre pressures go up and down and, they can be a bit variable but still be quite okay, much like a cold. You can have a cold, feeling a bit off or whatever, but, I might do something about it. No, it'll be okay. So you've already got checked, and you've got the yearly rego checks, so you've got to get your tyres checked. So that's sort of like the equivalent of normal trips to the doctors, but there's no need to test them every single day, test your tyre pressure and tread every single day. That's the equivalent of this COVID. If they did that, you go, well, that's just the greatest scam I've ever heard of. In the same way, if they implemented this tyre pressure crisis, got to get your tyre pressure tested, and they said, we got a case, we've got 20 cases today of incorrectly inflated tyres. We're going to have to start putting mandatory restrictions on people driving. People aren't doing the right thing. You can't drive your car. That's what they've done with this cold, if it's even there. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's there, which, they're actually telling us it's there. It's a cold. They show the symptoms in North Rock shops alongside the flu and the cold. It's more like a cold. They tell you the death rates. Hardly anyone's dead. They tell you it's over 86. They give you all this information. It's a scam. It is a fucking scam.